brief explanation of what this series is all about, I have 9 different coffees from different countries from the company Nespresso. I am a cigarist that's learning everything he can about stuff of this nature. Because of the art behind it, you get to understand taste notes and origins. What else has that? Coffee. With coffee, some of the notes you'll find in this, you can find in coffee with earth, woodsy, cocoa, and so on. I have 9 different origins which will be on display right now, and I want to find out which one is the best. Join me on this journey, guys, to see who has the world's best coffee. Roll that intro. What's up, guys? This is something completely brand new that I'm bringing to the channel, and I hope you guys are ready. I am a coffee drinker. If this is the first time you're tuning into my channel, I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban. Essentially, my blood is made out of sazon and coffee. That's the main matter of my blood. And a little bit of cigars is also within my blood, but I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban. To give you the backstory of how I got into coffee was by force. My great grandmother has 16 kids, and from those 16 kids, came a lot of people who means the absolute universe to me. 2 major people out of those 16 kids are my grandmother, my mom's mother, and my aunt Hina. And at the age of 4, for some reason, they thought it was okay to introduce coffee to a anger management, ADHD, hyperactive ass kid. They thought that was a great idea to introduce to me at the age of 4. I used to go to my grandmother's house every single weekend, visit her. She would force fed me arroz y gandules, and she's like, you know what? Let me give this a try. And she gave me a small little cup of coffee, as so. And ever since then, it was just, I loved it because it wasn't black coffee she gave me. She gave me café con leche, which if you don't understand Spanish, café con leche is literally the translation to coffee with milk. When you combine it with milk, adds a little sweetness to it. It's just been a staple of my whole life. So ever since I was 4, I'm about to turn 26 this year. So me being 25, for 21 years of my life, I've been drinking coffee. So why not introduce something I am super in love with and super passionate about onto this channel and discover who has the best coffees. As you can see next to me, I don't have all the boxes because some of the coffees I did acquire were either through Amazon. This is before I actually knew that their website was actually better than Amazon. So espresso.com, they have a lot of good stuff there and for way better value. You also get gifts if you're a frequent shopper. You also get free samples of 2 different pods if you spend a certain amount. And as you can see, all the sleeves behind me. Yeah. I want to discover from their master origin section, which is the one from different countries, which one is the best one. And obviously I have to go with the Puerto Rico first because most of my blood is Puerto Rican. I'm not half Cuban, half Puerto Rican. I'm mostly Puerto Rican, partially Cuban. My mom is half Cuban, half Puerto Rican. My dad is mostly Puerto Rican. There's a little bit of French in his lineage. He's like 1/8. How we're gonna do this series is 9 coffees. With 9 coffees comes 9 videos. This video will be about Puerto Rico. All the other ones you see in the next couple of days, I'm not gonna go through all of them because this video is about Puerto Rico. But I want to see if Puerto Rico is phenomenal, just straight black. As I'm taking sips, I'll break down the contents of this lovely cup of double espresso. Typically when I do drink coffee, you can see this is actually a perfect cup of espresso, because if you look carefully, you have the top, perfect amount of foam, a perfect body to the espresso itself. Let's give this a try. From the smell of it is pure chocolate. I smell a lot of cocoa into it. Trying to get like the flavors. I'm getting cocoa, like a pepper. I'm getting cocoa with pepper. That's what I'm getting. So I'm gonna do actually something special for you guys with this cup to bring a little bit of remnants of my life. Let's get into what this coffee is all about on the Nespresso website. When I read into why they started the Puerto Rican coffee, it kind of, no pun intended, hit home, because unfortunately Puerto Rico has been hit with bad storms throughout the years. With Maria, as of recently Fiona, it affected the lives of so much of my family members that it's been hard for them to recoup. Yes, they're part of the United States. At the same time, Puerto Rico's kind of codependent with the United States, but my island is looked at as the stepbrother of the country. Our power line is horrible, and when it comes to humongous storms like hurricanes or tropical storms, it knocks Puerto Rico off balance for a while. Puerto Rico does not recoup as fast as here in the States. And when I saw the message of what Nespresso is doing with the Puerto Rican coffee, I loved it. But before we get into the bio, let's deconstruct this amazing espresso. On the website, it says taste. And right now I'm going to go through the taste segment of the Puerto Rico coffee. And the website states, reviving origins, Puerto Rico's intense and creamy double espresso. The delicious notes of dark cocoa, which I caught onto, pepper, which I caught onto, and brown spice. All right, and brown spice all point to the comeback power of Puerto Rican coffee. Yeah, because typically whenever I make coffee, un cafecito, when I make a café con leche, now I'll put a little bit of cinnamon, a tad bit of nutmeg, my creamer or milk. I'll mix it up a little bit. Those are typical notes you'll get from a authentic Puerto Rican coffee. So, okay. Just like it's stated in the taste, this is a 2.7 ounce double espresso. It's not your typical 1.3 ounces, which is a regular espresso. This is a double espresso. The website also gives you a bar graph of bitterness, acidity, roastedness, and body. It goes from a scale of 5. So from the bitterness, it is a 4 out of 5. Acidity is a 1 out of 5. From roastiness, it is a 5 out of 5. And the body is a 3 out of 5. I do want to learn more about coffees. If people out there, if Nespresso, especially you, if anybody in the Nespresso team is watching this, I'm willing to go through everything in your inventory. I love Nespresso, as you can see here. This is a quarter. And I would say this is a fifth of my inventory of how much Nespresso pods I have. I go through a pod a day. Any pod you could think of. Unfortunately, the originals. Everything in these pod shapes, I've tried them all. Guaranteed I tried them all. Maybe 3 or 4 I mean I had, but everything in your lineup I had a sleeve for. That's how much I love Nespresso. And the reason why is more justified because listen to the story they've done for Puerto Rico. The efforts in Puerto Rico are part of the Nespresso's Reviving Origins program that provides needed resources to farming communities, helping us protect and save rare, endangered coffees. Especially following Hurricane Fiona in September 2022, Nespresso is committed to ongoing investments in Puerto Rico. We will continue to buy high-quality Puerto Rican coffees to help farmers repair, restore, and rebuild their farms and strengthen their resilience from future natural disasters. Companies could easily grab Puerto Rican coffee beans and grow them somewhere else, and then smack a label on it as Puerto Rican coffee. People could try to do shortcuts, maybe go to parts of Puerto Rico that's cheaper to create coffee beans. But Nespresso, they're going to farmers, people who understand the agriculture of the island, people who know the heart of Puerto Rico. Nespresso are going to these people not only to get great quality coffee beans, but to also basically reinvest into these farmers to recuperate from most likely losses. Their crops are probably drowned and gone and they have to destroy them. Or even something their land is destroyed and it's not cheap to rebuild. And the fact that Nespresso is giving an investment towards these Puerto Rican farmers and their dividends are this is their dividend. This is the dividend. It's just phenomenal. And that is why I will forever continue supporting Nespresso, because they've done something for my homeland, and not many people are doing stuff like that. You have companies here and there doing stuff, but the fact that they're dedicating a whole coffee lineage on their site, that's direct support. That's amazing. That's awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spice things up. We're gonna make this cafecito into un café con leche. Let's do this right now. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'll be right back. And just like that, that is how you make café con leche Puerto Rican style. Oh, super sweet. Oh, that's amazing. You can do more stuff to it. That's the traditional Puerto Rican way. A whole bunch of other Puerto Ricans also add cinnamon to it. Like I stated midway of the show, adding cinnamon in this is just awesome. But if you just want a standard Puerto Rican coffee, a café con leche, it is that simple. Hot milk poured into a coffee cup with coffee already in it. About 1 to 2 spoonfuls of sugar. But if you're Puerto Rican, you know it's 3 to 5. If you're not of the Latin background, you're not used to the sweetness of the coffee, start off with 1.5 spoonfuls of sugar and gradually go up to 2.5. Because when you add sugar to coffee, it makes it sweet, it makes it amazing. It gives you the sugar rush you need. I also recommend go for brown sugar, since that is a little bit more of a healthier choice. Or even if you go for like organic sugar cane. Having too much sugar obviously is not good for you. So if you can find ways to either drink coffee black, which is mostly recommended. If you do want a little sweetness in your life, I do recommend milk. There's also creamers out there, and there's a lot of them that do have sugar-free alternatives. Sweeten up your life a little bit when you have coffee. I'm gonna wrap it up here with this amazing cup of coffee. I have 8 more to go through. Once I'm finished with all 9 coffees, I'll be placing my ratings on the Simpapi Rick channel. I'll be letting you guys know on that channel which one I believe is the best out of the 9 I currently have. So what number 2 might be tomorrow could be here. This is gonna be a daily series too, so maybe tomorrow's video could be something from here. There's only 1 sleeve that's missing here, and that's from Mexico. So maybe tomorrow could be Mexico. Maybe the next one could be something that hits home to me as well, or maybe it could be something that's just straight out of the ordinary. You never know. So subscribe, hit that notification bell to tune in on the next part of this series of who has the best coffee in the world. So far, I enjoyed Puerto Rico. I'll be basing the ratings off of how it tastes when it's purely black. Not when I do stuff like this, then obviously it will turn biased. And you're also adding flavors to it that is not natural to the original brew that Nespresso put their heart and soul into. With that being said, this is the ending of Puerto Rico. I enjoyed the double espresso as it was, with the dark cocoa taste with a little pepper and brown spices to it. So let's go see what tomorrow brings. I'll end the video off with my rating of how the Puerto Rican coffee tasted at its true nature. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Let's see if tomorrow's coffee beats it. Love your faces, guys. Peace.